It's the NFL on EA Sports, and we've got a showdown in the AFC South. It's the reigning Super Bowl champs and the Colts, next on Madden Football.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Just a short time ago, smoke from the pyrotechnics filled the dome as the Colts made their way out of the locker room. We're set for football as the Colts get set to match up with their opponents. Brandon Gaudin alongside my good friend Charles Davis. And CD, for as much as the defender in you probably hates to hear it, the NFL is a league ruled by offenses, and we've got a couple of good ones about ready to do battle here.
Well, you know me quite well. Maybe one day I can get to be commissioner. I can flip that around a little bit, and we can just talk about defense. But let's face it, we're talking about two units that rank in the top 5 in the league. So I think this might be a game where you forget about the field goal. You'd better finish your drives with touchdowns if you want to keep up with the Joneses on the other sideline.
Two teams here fresh off Week 1 victories who can keep it going as we're underway on EA Sports. Jackson now to return. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. So the Colts now coming out for their opening drive. They'll have Jimmy G calling the shots. Grew up in the northern suburbs of Chicago, went to Eastern Illinois. Jimmy Garoppolo.
And Jimmy Garoppolo has shown that he can be a Super Bowl quarterback, but his biggest problem, his ability to stay healthy and remain on the field. When able, he's a capable quarterback, prone to winning games, both in the regular and...
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off at the 30. And he is going to get this one back to the 20-yard line. So now you've got their offense coming out for the first time with great initial field position. And out will come the leader of this offense, and that, of course, is their signal caller.
And he said he was feeling good in the lead up to the season, and he proved it in a big way in Week 1 with 4 touchdown passes. Had the offense moving at peak efficiency right at the start of the year. Awfully impressive.
They're coming out with a jumbo package to start the drive. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
The play action fake. They'll look to throw. And that nearly an interception here on this opening drive, but he gets a reprieve. It's 3rd down. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He'll fight his man, LaVisca Chenault. They'll get 15, but that won't be nearly enough. It's 4th down. Now on 4th down, out comes the field goal unit here. From the right hash, it's a 35-yard attempt. And his kick is indeed good. And that will break our tie and give them a 3-point lead. In the end, the opening drive, Charles, does yield points. Maybe not the touchdown that they wanted, though.
Yeah, but bottom line, they wanted to get something out of that drive, and they did that. 3 points, they won't turn that down at all.
Jackson now to return. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so it shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as they're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick, look, I know defensive backs, they have a tendency to be a little bit loud after they take one away. But they also have a tendency to gamble a little bit more, thinking they'll get a second one. Maybe they can take advantage of that with some double moves.
Garoppolo on first down. Now Garoppolo lost the football. It's going the other way. Past the 20. And he's going to bring the football back for a touchdown. And Charles, look at the big fella. What a rumble that was. Not only to scoop it, but then take it the rest of the way for the touchdown.
And now you know they're going to have to hear about it from now on. The defensive backs, he's going to want to run with them, do their drills, the whole deal. He thinks he's the pace setter now.
It doesn't matter what happens in practice this week. He's smiling. So an early 10-0 lead for him now as they kick it away. Jackson now to return. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. The Indy offense at the line and set to go.
And in just about every game we see, partner, what do when we look at the stat sheet? We go right to
the turnover differential.
Without a doubt, because when we see that, that pretty much tells the tale of the game. And I know there's still plenty of time to go, but you've got to take care of the football in order to win it.
A look at the numbers for Mac from last week. 21 carries, 72 yards, and a touchdown.
As a good start to the season, they got the win, and they were able to establish a good running game. Nothing that just blew people away, but a nice solid base to get things started, and they expect that to get tuned up and get better as the season moves on.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
21.
To throw, it's Garoppolo. Now Garoppolo is in trouble, and down he goes. K'Lavon Chaisson. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him. Throwing on 2nd and long. Garoppolo. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. And he's going to be brought down here in the backfield. K'Lavon Chaisson picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Here's Tommy Townsend on to punt. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. Sheds off the tackle. He's still on his feet.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. 2nd quarter now, and it's London with the football as they get set to start their drive with a 1st and 10. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Now, early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice, but at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
And this is incomplete. Very lucky to get that. Nearly picked. It's 2nd down now. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. Got a man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. A big connection on that one. 35 yards. What a luxury to have a tight end that can run a post route like that.
It's a luxury for the offense. It's an extreme luxury for the quarterback. Always has a great outlet and usually able to come up with a nice play down the middle of the field.
Again, he'll drop to throw. And this is caught for a touchdown. Now hold everything here. Flag in the backfield. This one might be coming back.
Holding offense.
So reverse the celebration. We'll see if they have something else in their bag of tricks.
And isn't that always tough to watch when they score and you see the excitement and then when they realize those points aren't going to count? Can they get it back together and find their way back to the end zone?
And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. 2nd and 5. It's a gain of 9 yards. And it's caught. Touchdown. A great effort there. His first touchdown of the new season. And the Black Knights add 6 to their lead. So this offensive unit, yeah, they were solid in the opening week victory, and now they are looking just as sharp here in week 2.
And that's exactly what you want, too, because you want to get better each and every week and really ramp up as the season goes on. I know it's still early in the season and a lot can happen, but this offense, they look like they're going to be fun to watch each and every time out.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line. Indianapolis offense ready to go again. They're down 17-0, really needing to find that offensive spark on this drive as they have it with a 1st and 10. Garoppolo. And that'll be incomplete. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better. Got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They got to find a way to bring those two elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
Well, he was a busy man out of the backfield a week ago. They got him the ball early and often. I have no doubt in my mind that he'll be a big part of the game plan here as well.
Garoppolo looking to throw on 3rd and 2. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early, and now it's 4th down.
I know this offense was expecting to do big things, but it certainly hasn't turned out that way, at least not through the first 3 drives. They're definitely going to have to put their heads together and start concocting some offense that'll move the ball downfield.
It'll be 37 yards there on the punt, and the offense will take over with a new set of downs. London about set to take over on offense. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. A reminder, coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in this 2nd week of the regular season. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1. And that's some good tackling there to keep him short of that yellow line.
Yeah, defensively, all I'm thinking is that on that play, get me to 3rd down. Get me into a position where I can make one more play and get my defense off the field. Just about every coach we talk to says the crowd shouldn't affect us. That shouldn't be an issue. And then the next breath they're talking about taking the crowd and taking them out of the game by picking up 1st downs and keeping them at bay. I think we just saw an example of that there, didn't we?
Important to do, especially early in the game like they have. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. On 1st and 10, it's Etienne. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. Julian Blackman bringing him down.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
And he's going to be met at about the 43.
He's definitely tough to get down. We just saw it right there. But how about what we did see? Pursuit, wrap up, and then the big finish with the tackle.
And now on 3rd down, they'll need to get it to the 36 to pick up the 1st. He'll find Etienne out of the backfield. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another 1st down at the Colts 33. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, we'll get you back to you and Charles in a bit. But first, it's time for a trip around the NFL following an eventful opening weekend. Let's see what's happening in Week 2. We'll begin out in Houston. And in the late stages of the first half, it's the Lions who are out in front. Jared Goff, 2 touchdown passes thus far. From there, we'll head to Cleveland to check on the Browns at home at First Energy Stadium. And they have the lead in that one over the visiting Philadelphia Eagles. Baker Mayfield with a couple of touchdown passes. Finally, we finish at MetLife Stadium to see what's going on with the Jets. And in that one, it's the visiting Dolphins who are out in front. 2 touchdown passes there for Tua Tagovailoa. Time now for a check of the next-gen stats for our visitors in the first half. And there were a few factors as to why they built this good-size advantage, but the rushing numbers were not all that amazing. We'll see if they can pick it up in the second half. Meanwhile, for the Colts, there's a look at what they were able to do throwing the football. And they'll need to get things in gear as they trail here at the break. These 2 coaching staffs likely going through their final adjustments for the second half. One of these teams is going to emerge 2-0. But who will it be? To find out, let's go back to Brandon and Charles.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Here's Carter now on the return. Room to run at the 50. Still going inside the 30. And they are not going to catch him. He's in. Touchdown.
Touchdown! Hey, keep it going, dog. Keep it going.
And talk about taking words and bringing them to life. At halftime, I will guarantee you in their locker room, they talked about pressing the kicking game because you can get an advantage if you do it right, and they just did.
The call is to go for 1 and kick the extra point. And the lead is now 24. And no doubt one of the most, if not the most exciting play we'll see in this game. The kick return all the way to the end zone for 6 points. So let's try this again. After the kick return, TD, here's yet another kickoff. And we will not see an attempt to match that return touchdown, as this will be a touchback and bring it out to the 25. Here's the Colts now as they get ready for their first possession on offense of the second half. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough because we always talk about it being a team game, and you need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner, you need that one guy who can make a play against all odds that maybe can ignite things. And I think that's what they're looking for right now.
Yeah, you talk about going to your playmakers. They probably need to do it.
Find someone that you're used to touching the football that makes big plays and give them that opportunity to maybe wake up everyone else.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Here's Garoppolo to throw. And that will be incomplete.
The passing windows are just not there. That's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
So possession goes over here on the punt. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10.
London about set to take over on offense.
Let's get him. Come on.
They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. And all this is taken in one-handed. What a catch.
And while we may be looking, he is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the 3rd quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
And oh, that nearly their first pick of the game, but it falls down to the ground incomplete. Third quarter here in Indy. This is 2nd and 10. He'll look to throw. He's going to try and go deep again. And this is, oh my goodness, he pulled it in one-handed. And a huge play that time. Well, make that now 2 completions for him on this drive, and these aren't ordinary completions. They're big ones.
Yeah, these are the types that make a secondary talk to each other and not in a good way. Oftentimes pointing fingers. Hey, who's got him? Someone cover it. That type of indecision can open up to even more big plays.
And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
And that'll get him halfway there as he takes it from the 6 to the 3-yard line. A chance to really put this game out of reach. Here's 3rd and goal. They'll drop to throw. And it's caught. Touchdown. A great play there. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Black Knights are pouring it on. The point after is good. And that will extend this big lead. That time a 6-play drive. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. No run back here, down to a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together with all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming, wake up.
Yeah.
Let's get moving, guys.
I'm kind of glad we weren't in there at halftime, actually.
I mean, you think he might have turned it on us, too?
Yeah, but right now, whatever was said hasn't been working. And he drops it incomplete, and their struggles continue here. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Looking to throw, Garoppolo. This to the outside for Mack. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
There's a nice pickup right there, and after watching that play, I'm thinking about all the lost opportunities that they've had so far in this game. But right now, just focus on continuing to move the ball the way they did on the last play.
And a minimal gain here as he's up to about the 47-yard line. Three quarters in the books. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Back now in Indianapolis. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
Throwing is Garoppolo on 3rd down. They'll run the screen with Mack. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
Meanwhile, Garoppolo's throw pulled in by Tate. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. Finally, a first red zone opportunity for these guys. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 17. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down. Garoppolo now. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here. Now this drive, they're 2 for 2 on 3rd down conversions. But
but they need 7 yards here. This a give to Mack running to the right. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. 3 yards won't be enough here as that'll bring up 4th down. Now here's a timeout coming on the defensive side of the ball. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Now Garoppolo, got to have this one. This is intercepted. Picked up by Leighton Vander Esch. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. So this defense doubling its pleasure there. Remember, they had the fumble return for a score earlier in the game, and now this time an interception return for another score. Extra point up and through, and the lead will swell by 1 more. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. Jackson now to return. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
Let's go! Let's go! Let's go!
The Colts set to take over here offensively. And there will be a break in the action here. They're going to take a timeout. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this 4th quarter. Now Garoppolo to try again after the pick 6. The first down screen pass, good for 5. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means they have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
The throw over the middle, taken in.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Here we go.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Colts in possession of the football as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Garoppolo now, first down throw. Now Garoppolo is in trouble, and down he goes. K'Lavon Chaisson able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his 3rd sack of the afternoon. After the sack on first down, Garoppolo toward the right sideline, but it's incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration of body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
On 3rd and long, it's Garoppolo. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. Well, they intercept Garoppolo for the 3rd time. It's C.J. Henderson picking it off. And they're going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. CD, this defense, man, at this rate, they're just having fun out there right now.
And normally with this type of a lead, if you're a starter on defense, you're saying, hey, let the other guys play. But with this going on, no one wants to come out of the game. They all want their shot at picking off a pass.
Now ETN to start the drive. And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. Another tote for ETN. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line.
And Brandon, you know that expression? He just does what he does. It sounds trite, doesn't it? But in this case, it's perfectly apt. This is one of the better runners in the NFL. And all he does is just find avenues, find ways to pick up key first downs and big runs.
So this crowd will not go home happy. It's a victory for our visitors. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible.
Yeah, offense was in fine form. The defense threw the shutout at them. I think they worked in concert together. What I like about the offense was they held the ball pretty well. You know, time of possession, exactly what they were looking for in this one, and that helped out their defense. Didn't have to be out there the entire time. So when you do that and you're out there fresh playing, off a little extra spring in your step, and it showed up in this one.
They had a ton of spring in their step. Impressive victory.
So for our visitors, it was a great all-around performance as they come out of this one with the victory. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Baltimore to take on the Ravens. Meanwhile, for Indianapolis, they'll fall to 1-1. And they'll have a tough one at home next week against the Denver Broncos.